Hello viewers, last time we checked the 10th safest places to visit. In this list, we're going to check the 10th most dangerous places to visit. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, click subscribe button and smash the notification bell to get notification when we upload future videos. So number 10, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. For the most dangerous, Rio de Janeiro sits just inside the top 10. Festivals such as Rio Carnival has made theft and pickpockets a common issue for tourists visiting the city. Theft is also frequent on Cabo and Ipanema beaches. Both the United States Department of State and the UK Foreign Office strongly recommend avoiding beaches after dark and not showing any displays of wealth such as expensive watches or flash jewelry. Poorer areas of Rio, such as the shanty towns or favelas, tend to have the highest crime rates and risk. In fact, tourists have been shot for accidentally entering these areas. Civic demonstrations and protests are common, unpredictable, and tend to turn violent with clashes between police and protesters, so travelers are advised to stay clear. Number 9. Salvador, Brazil. Although Salvador is statistically less dangerous than some Brazilian cities, it is nonetheless notorious bad for street crime. The likelihood of walking the streets alone and being mugged is significantly higher than in Rio. Areas such as the city center, frequented by tourists, can often be the most dangerous, especially at night. Child pickpockets are also sadly common in Salvador, so it's best to be cautious at all times. Keep your flashy items and valuables at home and only carry the money you need. The favelas in Salvador can also be extremely dangerous, just like those in Rio, and are best avoided. Number 8. Fortaleza, Brazil. Behind the beautiful beaches and colorful buildings, Fortaleza is also a pretty unsafe city for foreign travelers. Fortaleza tops the list of Brazilian cities with the highest crime rates, and levels are continuously on the rise. Pickpocketing and bag snatching are common in the more touristy areas, so it's recommended that you keep your belongings offshore and be vigilant. The northeastern city has a reputation for being a prostitution hotspot. Single men in particular are targeted, then robbed, and sometimes jacked, while gang violence also plays a huge part in crime levels of this dangerous city. Johannesburg, South Africa. Like many of other major South African cities, there are high levels of crime in Johannesburg due to increased poverty rates and huge levels of disparity between the rich and the poor. The US Department of State and UK Foreign Office recommend travelers to be vigilant, especially when arriving at OR Tambo International Airport, as incidents where tourists have been followed from the airport, held at gunpoint, then robbed, have been reported. Solo travel in Johannesburg is also strongly advised against. Having a guide or traveling in a large group is recommended, and public transport such as buses should also be avoided by tourists. Travelers should remain alert at all times and avoid displaying wealth such as your valuables to lessen the chances of being mugged or kidnapped. Number 6. Durban, South Africa. South Africa's largest and busiest port city is next on the list. Despite having a major makeover following the 2010 World Cup, poverty is still rife throughout Durban, and there are high levels of serious crime including rape, robberies, and murder. The regular demonstration throughout Durban caused by political unrest also tend to quickly turn violent, so try to avoid these areas if you visit. The beach strip is usually patrolled by police and is well lit with many cameras around, making it one of the safer areas of Durban. If traveling through the eastern coast city, stick to the main street and avoid quiet paths if traveling solo. Although the central business district is bustling by day, it becomes empty and dangerous at night. Number 5. San Pedro Sula, Honduras. San Pedro Sula was the former murder capital of the world, before it was preceded by Caracas in homicide rates. After the 2009 Honduras coup, where former President Jose Manuel Zelaya Rosales was exiled to Costa Rica by the Honduras military, unemployment and crime levels have been on the rise ever since. LGBT violence in the city is also common, with an alarming estimated number of attacks and murder each year. Although most of the serious crimes do not usually affect tourists, attacks on foreigners such as sexual assault or armed robbery can occur. Petty theft is probably the most common crime affecting tourists, so be vigilant at all times in public areas. Withdrawing cash in shopping centers and changing money in hotels and banks is also strongly advised, as attacks on foreigners using ATMs is common. Pretoria, South Africa. There is a serious risk of crime in South Africa's major cities, including Pretoria. It's recommended that travelers avoid walking and traveling at night, even in groups, as armed robberies and gang violence are rampant. Although severe violence is the most common, an outbreak of anti-foreigner violence spreads to the city from Johannesburg in August and September, where a mob attacked immigrant workers and damaged their properties and businesses. At least 12 people were killed and over 700 were arrested. Number 3. Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea. The sprawling capital of Papua New Guinea is the third most dangerous city in the world. The high levels of violent, civil unrest and political tensions throughout the city between civilians and police have made serious crimes very common, with tourists often getting caught up in it. Crimes in Port Moresby can range from gang-related to completely random attacks such as abductions and kidnappings, so only travel with extreme cautions. If you do need to travel at night, the Foreign Office advises travelers to do so by car, but avoid buses and to have a security escort with you at all times. Pietermaritzburg, South Africa. Although Pietermaritzburg is known as the city of flowers, things are far from rosy in the second most dangerous city in this list. The city is extremely high population, and the small number of police are believed to be the main cause of the high levels of crime, making it South Africa's crime capital. Private transport in Pietermaritzburg is strongly advised, as public transport and walking around the city, both in the day and night, can be very unsafe. It's recommended that travelers be on the alert at all times, taking care of their belongings and to avoid taking out cash unless inside a bank or hotel. The most dangerous city Caracas in Venezuela. Topping the list for the most dangerous city is Caracas in Venezuela, with the highest crime statistics of any city in the world. Despite being considered an important cultural, economic, and industrial hub for Latin America, Caracas has been ranked as the world's least lively city in the Economics Global Livability Index 2019, with the country having one of the highest murder rates in the world, a staggering 103.3 per 100,000 people. Latin America continues to rank as the world's most violent region outside of active war zones. The UK and US travel advisories both recommend only essential travel to the city, and the barriers, the densely populated slums of the city's suburbs, should be avoided at all costs. According to the UK Travel Office, there have been numerous armed robberies of British nationals in the city's Avila National Park, so visiting the park is strongly advised against. Thank you very much for staying with us with the list, and if you've not checked the 10 most safest place, go forward and check it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notification when we upload future videos. Thank you very much. Until next time, bye bye.